People really love their dogs. I mean, I think animal owners in general are protective in a lot of cases. Like, they see them as part of the family, children, XYZ. But when it comes to dogs, I think the bond's a little bit more special, primarily because dogs have personalities. I mean, cat people, what even are you? I'm joking. But this article is coming to us from TotalProSports.com. Mike Vick forced to cancel youth football camp appearance due to animal activist protest by Daryl Lincoln. Pause. Pausing that. I don't like you, Total Pro Sports, for that little move right there, leaving your video in the article. You suck. It's been 12 years since Michael Vick was sentenced to 23 months in federal prison for his role in a dogfighting ring. Even though he served his time and paid his debts, all while continuing to pay his debts, there are some people who refuse to let him live his life and remind him every day about what he did. You guys need a copy editor. The former NFL quarterback was all set to show up at an upcoming Lexington youth football camp, but had to abruptly cancel because of animal advocates' strong opposition to him being there. Melissa Bowman, the president of a group called Kentuckians Vote for Animals, points out his conviction as well as reports that said Vick was personally responsible for animal deaths. We just don't think someone capable of that should serve as a role model for children and get paid for it. We are glad to hear that the Lexington camp has been canceled. So, yeah, Ms. Bowman, you just wanted to cut his check. That's it. I mean, let's be real about it, can't we? You just didn't want him getting paid. Short, the event coordinator for the May Factory. Did they introduce a Short? No, you did. Okay, God, you can't just introduce a person with a last name in an article like this. My goodness. But, I mean, whoever Short, the event coordinator for the May 19th Factory Elite Skills football camp in Lexington, said he originally had contracted with Fayette County Public Schools to have the event at Paul Laurence Dunbar High School. He said when school district officials canceled due to the opposition, he moved it to the city's Idle Hour Park. But Short said city officials were also hesitant because of the opposition. So on Tuesday, he canceled. Lexington gave us too much controversy, Short said. I understand where the animal activist people are coming from, but at the end of the day, this world is built on second chances. Sure, whatever. Okay, sure. During an April 17th letter to Dunbar Principal Betsy Raines and Fayette Superintendent Manny Kalk, Bowman opposed Vick's appearance at the camp and said her group was prepared to protest the event. We believe that due to his history and conviction of dogfighting, including beating to death losing dogs, Vick is not an appropriate role model for children, the letter says. I mean, it's hard to argue that, but I also know that you just, like, if it was like a volunteer gig, she probably wouldn't have tripped at all. On Wednesday, Bowman told the Herald Leader, "We do appreciate the school systems in Jefferson and Fayette counties not allowing this on public school premises." Bowman's group had planned a peaceful protest called Just Say No to Michael Vick Lexington. Wow, how derivative is that? My goodness, the spirit of Nancy Reagan lives on. Yo, how long has it been? You couldn't come up with something better than that? I mean, shoot, even the internet had the kick Vick thing, right? So, I mean, you could go kick Vick? I mean, something, I don't know, just say no. Come on. Oh my goodness, how old are these people? But that's the thing, it is Kentucky, so... Back on April 28th, protesters were present at a... Okay, let's just start that all over again. Back on April 28th, protesters were present at a men's rally in Youngstown, Ohio, where Vick spoke about his animal cruelty conviction and time in prison, stating continues to help animals... Oh my goodness, these writers... Stating that he continues to help animals beyond what was mandated by the court. We have to stay focused and keep moving ahead. I don't look backwards. I believe in myself and the people around me. My heart led me to Jesus Christ. Of course it did. It always does. Everybody needs to have a message of forgiveness. Words will never hurt me. I spent 2 years in prison. I get it. Like, yeah. I hate to like cut off mid quote right here. Spent 2 years in prison. You know, cats was trying to shank me. I get it. I understand it. I can't change the past. You can only control and try to dictate the present, Vick was quoted as saying. Okay, so that's the end of the article. And honestly, man, like I know that they just wanted to, they really wanted to just short his cash. That was the most important thing to them, and you know they got their victory. I believe personally that once you are done with your prison sentence, we should, you know, just allow people to move on. Because I mean, what's the point of like being stuck in an event that you can't change? I mean, at least in my opinion, I think that's probably the best way to put it. You know, like I actually feel bad for Miss Bowman. I mean, I guess I made a couple of jokes at her expense, but the deal is just that I do feel bad for her because she literally has nothing better to do. I mean, and I can understand that in Kentucky, you have nothing better to do, so why not? oh, Mike Vick's coming? Nah, bro, we gotta stop that, dead that. But I also believe that, you know, I mean, he paid his debt to society 12-fold. I mean, he lost more money than like most of us will ever see in a lifetime. So, you know, they do not forget. They do not forget. So, you know, I mean, respect to Mike Vick. I appreciate that he's out here trying to do something positive. He's not shying away from it by any stretch of the imagination because clearly he can't shy away from it. And hopefully he continues to, you know, do well and keep trying to, you know, put kids on a better path. Because that's the thing. When you sit there and talk about role models and stuff, I personally think experience, like what somebody goes through and what somebody's story is, it, like, you know, I believe that can be a cautionary tale. I mean, when I was a kid, right, coming up, all you'd see, I mean, to this moment, particularly in the hood, what you see are fiends and crackheads, right? So I don't think that there's any greater way to illustrate why you shouldn't do those things. You know, I've never done a line of coke my entire life because, nah, that's what that turns you into. No, thank you. You know, even though I don't think even though I do believe the entire drug war is bullshit, at the same time, it's just something that never appealed to me. But still, you know, I think people who go through things and people who have lived experiences can do far greater as cautionary tales than saying, no, you can't speak. I think this goes down. It also kind of comes and wraps back around to the whole freedom of speech thing, because, you know, like you got to let people speak. I genuinely believe if you let people speak, like they'll either do great or they'll mess it up for themselves. You know, I've done it myself and I've witnessed it endless times. You just give people enough rope to hang themselves or enough rope to climb themselves out of whatever mess they got themselves into. I believe that's probably for the best. And that's actually where we're going to end this video. All the internet stuff. Like, if you liked it, sub. If you want to hear more of my fantastic voice, share, because come on, let Mike Vick live. Come on, just a little bit. Let my man be. He aight. And speak. I mean, what do you think? I mean, like, are you a cat person? Because, bro, what's up? What's poppin'? Pull up. Or like, you know, do you believe that they should hound him for the rest of his life? Or, you know, I mean, do you believe in habeas corpus? Let me know in the comments, and until the next video.